But this is the apology from Gintu one-on-one. I want to sincerely apologize for my recent comments about the situation, which was the Linet and also Claris for opening their own channel and making things to be so possible from their grassroots. To reflect, I realized that I spoke too quickly and shared my thoughts before I had all the facts and complete the understanding. And for the reason I wanted to respectively withdraw my previous statement, I never intended to cause more harm or hurt and confusion or add to any kind of already difficult situation. So I never intended to cause more of the harm. That's what I've ever said about like this kind of the parties. They should continue on to progressing. And also,
hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Maxwell Lumumba Africa. Finally, Gintu has apologized to his own subscribers. And before that, a lot has been said about Jihan Sharif. Some people even call her the biggest scammer, claiming that she was the one using Claris for Linet K. But let me say this, it is not all about the journey, it is about the destination. Nothing in life comes easy. People make mistakes, and sometimes everything happens for a reason. I'm not saying that those allegations are true or false, because I don't want to spread rumors. What matters to me is where Claris has ended up today. She is now in a better place, doing well, and people are genuinely happy for her. Right now, everything is about Claris. People are eager to watch her content and support her new journey. Yes, history shows that Claris worked with Jihan Sharif before. There are videos from 1 to 2 years ago, including one that had more than 4.8 million views. A lot has been said in this YouTube street. Others have brought in history about everything that happened there. I've seen the sister to the husband to Claris came on camera, called one of the reactors, telling her that she's the one behind all these things. She's the one, and gave out the whole history about the lineup of people who have involved themselves with Claris. Christine claims that she has been the link to all these individuals who have traveled to Kipingo village to do content with Claris. First, we see Diana. Diana went to Kipingo village, did some videos with Claris. Diana left, and before she left, she invited Jihan Sharif. Jihan Sharif did some videos with Claris again, then she left. Jihan invited Linet KE up to where now we see Claris want to be an independent. There is also an allegation that Christine herself has worked with Jihan Sharif there before, and she said that when she used to work for Jihan Sharif never paid her. That is why she left Jihan Sharif Foundation. I don't know if those allegations are true or false. Even if those claims are true, today we can see Sharif helping Claris to move forward. But instead of people focusing only on what happened 2 years ago, 1 year ago, let us look at the biggest picture. Let us focus on the journey and, more importantly, the destination. Today, Claris is independent. She is no longer working under Sharif or Linet KE. She now has her own YouTube channel and she is building her own future. They have taught her how to fish, and now she is fishing for herself. Ladies and gentlemen, this is why so many people are happy for Claris. Independence was always the goal. It is not all about the journey, it is about the destination. She now owns her own YouTube channel and it is doing very well. For those who have gone and seen the channel, it is working out so nicely. I've watched some of her videos and the editing is so impressive, especially considering that they are using a phone that is a credit phone that here in Kenya we call it lipa mdogo mdogo. You just pay it like daily you have to pay some small amount of money so that you can have full ownership of that phone, maybe for almost a year. Like some of us, we have the lipa mdogo mdogo. You get that we pay up to 100 shillings, 80 shillings every day. And at long last, you get that you'll be owning that phone. The way they cut the scenes and transition from one shot to another shows that they are learning so nicely. Step by step, they will become even more professional. The most important thing is that Claris already has an audience that believes in her, supports her, and wants to see her succeed. I myself, I would like to see her succeed, because let us not behave like change is inevitable, because I've seen some other people claiming that Claris' move was one of the baddest moves. But let me say this, yeah? As always, change is inevitable. When somebody decides to do something, being independent means a lot. Like I myself, I'm very much independent. One day I can decide, let me just wake up, do some videos by myself, instead of maybe being forced or being pressurized by somebody, like because I'm working under that person that wake up, come and do this kind of job. Because when you are employed by somebody, you really get a hard time. But when you employ yourself, you have that passion to do everything, especially when you know that every money that you make daily counts to your account. There is nothing motivates like being your own boss. Yeah, it really motivates you. Sometimes you can even do some multiple videos, because you know maybe you'll be traveling to somewhere, so that you can align them bit by bit as time goes. Instead, maybe when you're working you are working for somebody, you have to report to time. You have to go to the workplace. Like now, we can see a lot of allegation where even Linet KE did wrong to predict doom for Claris. Already we have seen Claris is like no match, because people already love her. Yeah, when somebody love her, and Claris has that charisma of being a content creator, that means that even if Linet KE, she's predicting doom. Remember, all of us, we started as students. Some of us, maybe let me just give a very example, maybe in a school setting. Yeah, teachers teach students to make it in life, not that now teachers teach students then expecting that the students will be glued there forever. That is not something that happened. Let us watch this clip of Claris and Jihan Sharif 2 years ago, 1 to 2 years ago. That clip shows Claris 2 years ago working for Jihan Sharif. You can look, that is the channel of Jihan Sharif. They were working together. I don't know if those allegations that are being said by Christine, that even for her, she got out from Sharif YouTube channel because she was not being paid. I don't want to engage myself in this conversation, but let me tell us, everything happens for a reason. That is the reason why we can now see Claris smiling. That is why we can see Claris having that independency, and that is why I've seen Linet KE saying that a lot of YouTubers have gone to the rescue of Claris. That is something that was done, and let me just say this: kudos to Coco Mama, kudos to JT Podcast, kudos to Masubo One making Claris independent. I don't want to speak so much things about Claris, because a lot of people come in with a different version. You know, for those who really understand, in Nyabohansi village, we have some people who they term themselves as positive, some other people being referred to negative people. Right now, a lot of reactors who have been perceived as negative reactors, I included, because when you see me in this YouTube street, we are reactors, all of us, but we have that stand like a negative reactor, because negative reactors shows the rotten or the evil things that happen in the community, exposing everything that is happening in the YouTube street, especially amongst the bigger YouTubers, some people who are being perceived as bigger YouTubers. So when we do that, when we try to expose their evil things, we are being perceived as negative reactors. All of these people, they have been standing in the side of Claris because they need change. They want Claris to be very much independent, because some of these people, they were in the same problem. The likes of, let's say, let me just give relevant example, yeah? The likes of It's Gintu. He used to work in the villa. Now he's very much independent. A lot of YouTubers have been independent, but they used to work under somebody. So that tells us that when you see the right time to move, it is the correct time to move. So move on. Stop being lured by somebody because somebody wants to gain in you. You know, a lot of these YouTubers, when they were starting, yeah, that is why when I did my first video about how rich people are using poor people for their own survival or making them more rich daily, that is what we see in this video when we are talking about Claris Linet KE. So Linet KE, the only thing you would have done is just to go in your YouTube channel, claim your allegations over there instead of going to somebody, calling somebody, or airing your own grievances through somebody via phone call, tarnish that person. Because let me just give a very good example. When somebody calls me as Maxwell Lumumba, I'll take what these individuals tells me, then I'll work onto that allegation that I've been given. That is what Gintu said. But upon Gintu realizing what was being said by Linet was not adding up, and a lot of subscribers were against what was being said, Gintu came out on camera and said, and actually apologized to the subscriber, that this is what happened. I did this because of this. Let us watch this clip, then we dive deep to that conversation.
And this is Gintu's apology to that one here, because sometimes I always say, whenever we want to hear from different sources and also understand from this kind of the source, what is the say, from this kind of the source, what is the say, and they always say, as we always say, as usual, they say a person who is dead is the one who was having a mistake.
Gintu vigilantly came on camera, apologized after admitting that he did not have all the facts right. This came after many of his own subscribers criticized him for appearing to side with Linet KE. According to Gintu, he had a phone conversation with Linet KE, during which she explained her version of event, including Claris' behavior and what she said led to the fallout. However, many subscribers disagreed with Gintu's position, and we could see that in the comment section. Even me, what I was doing my video yesterday, one of the subscribers came on my comment section and asked me, like, what is your position? Gintu came on camera and said this about Linet KE. What is your position, or what can you tell us? We are the subscriber. Me, I just told that individual, like, in this YouTube street, everybody can come on camera and say they are part of story. Nobody is restricted to do this or this. No. If it is a matter of friendship, yeah, in this YouTube or content creation, you are not a friend to anybody. However, when I said that and the Gintu position, many subscribers disagreed. They argued that the most important outcome is that Claris is now independent and he has the opportunity to build her own future. For them, independency is most important than spreading or spending a lifetime working under somebody else. As a result, many viewers felt Gintu relied too heavily on one side of the story before hearing the other perspective. After the backlash with his audience, he apologized and acknowledged that he should have gathered more information before reaching a conclusion. It is worth nothing that Linet KE is from a Korean community in Kenya, but her ethnicity is separated from the issue being discussed and should not be used to judge the situation. Ultimately, many supporters say their focus is no longer on the disagreement or the past. Their attention is in the Claris new beginning, her independent and the YouTube channel, and the opportunities that lies ahead of her. Having said that, I'll be actually ending this video from this point. Then let us meet in the next video. Goodbye.